Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you like these videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I update daily, and I'd really appreciate it. If you like this watch, you can purchase it on thewatchbox.com. Buy, trade, and sell luxury watches on thewatchbox.com. Today, we are discussing the 2012 to 2016 Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Chronograph reference 26320ST. There were some changes to the watch's dial and chronograph pusher arrangement for 2017. So this watch, discontinued and highly desirable, is one of the fabled steel Royal Oaks you've no doubt heard about online. Well, I'm happy to say that the watch lives up to expectations on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It's a big watch, though. You do need to think more along the lines of a 42 millimeter offshore than the 39 millimeter watches that preceded this model in the Royal Oak continuity. It wears nothing like the Jumbo, and that's a fact. It's not excessively thick, however. At 11.1 millimeters thick, the watch is broad more than girthy, and you'll find it easily slides underneath a dress cuff. I'd say with its lug-to-lug dimensions for the case itself being 52.2 and the extended links of the bracelet splaying out to 54.8, you probably don't want to wear this watch on a wrist smaller than 14.5 centimeters circumference. It truly does wear more like a 42 or a 43. That said, everything that touches the wrist is exquisite. The construction of the bracelet, the construction of the clasp, the finishing of the case, it's everything you expect, with every facet being finished by eye and feel, executed by an artisan, not performed by a machine or an automation process. So beautifully made, jewel-like qualities invested in metal, something you'll rarely see and something you'll never see in a modern Patek sports watch, screws fixing removable links. The clasp is sturdy. It feels robust enough to be on an offshore. Double deployment with trigger action, it closes and it stays closed. It's also sequential. As you'll note, the AP logo folds second, so when you're closing this, always make sure you don't accidentally slam down one side on the beautifully executed AP logo, because that is itself hand finished. Now we're going to get a little bit closer to the watch and bring it into focus and give ourselves a bit more aperture so we can see it better. You'll note that the Royal Oak profile has not changed much since the Gerald Genta original in 1972. Polished and rounded bezel flank, octagonal bezel with a little bit of a rounded, hybridized polygonal and circular shape, actually inspired by the porthole of a Royal Navy warship. The tapisserie dial, beautifully executed on a pantograph. Since 2012, when production of this watch started, the tapisserie dial has been cut in-house on the same 19th century engines that have always been used to create this dial style. You'll note that the hexagonal bezel bolts are properly recessed on this watch. This watch hasn't been extensively refinished. You know a watch has been too extensively refinished when the level of the bezel comes even with the bolts. The bolts are white gold on the Royal Oak and the Royal Oak Chronograph. They are steel on the offshore. The tapisserie is silver with a wonderful micro hobnail pattern between the larger hobnail grid. You'll also note all applied and loomed white gold indices and white gold hands with metallic sunken registers for the sub-registers themselves. Crown on this generation are true screw-down pushers and screw-down crown. On the post-2017 watch, you have screw-down look pushers. Here you get the real thing. Frankly, from a water resistance standpoint, they're rated the same, but I'd prefer this older arrangement for greater security. 50 meters water resistance, and per AP that is sufficient for swimming. 50 meters with a screw-down at AP is an aquatic watch. There's a quick set for the date, but there is not hacking seconds. What you do get, however, is a vertical clutch column wheel chronograph caliber. This is Audemars Piguet caliber 2385. It's based on a Frederic Piguet 1185, a thin automatic winder with a 40-hour power reserve and a 3 Hz beat rate. The 37 jewel high horology movement has that vertical clutch that allows for smooth actuation, the column wheel that allows for crisp action under the finger, and then you have the ability to run the chronograph continuously thanks to the vertical clutch coupling that doesn't degrade the condition of the movement. You can't do that with a lateral clutch like a 7750, but with a vertical clutch, you can just leave the chronograph running if you prefer to have center seconds to match hours as well as minutes. You can see and you can purchase this reference 26320, the Royal Oak Chronograph in stainless steel, on our website. And I'm back with the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Chronograph 26320ST. See it on the watch box.